When the facts bend reality, this is beyond plausible.
The puma is a species belonging to the cat family, although they look quite similar to leopards and snow leopards. Pumas are actually large cats that live in mountainous regions from South America to Canada. Below is a video about interesting facts about pumas. 1. Pumas have various fur colors. Pumas possess thick fur with colors that vary depending on subspecies and habitat. Their fur comes in many shades, from yellowish-brown to reddish-gray. For example, individuals living in cold regions often have gray fur. Meanwhile, pumas in warmer areas have fur with reddish tones. This species prefers living in mountainous areas thanks to their thick fur that helps them withstand harsh cold. 2. They are highly adaptable animals. Pumas like to live in rocky mountain regions in North and South America. They thrive in rocky mountain areas and grasslands at the foot of mountains. Although they prefer these places, they can easily adapt to many other types of environments. They can live in shrublands, broadleaf forests, grasslands, and even desert areas. Their habitat is currently shrinking due to human development and agricultural expansion. 3. Pumas are solitary animals like tigers. Despite their large size, they are closely related to domestic cats and prefer to live alone. They only share territory when raising their young. On average, a puma's territory covers about 130 square kilometers. This is the living and hunting area of an individual. However, the actual territory size decreases in winter due to snow cover on mountains. In some areas, when snow covers the territory, pumas will move into mountain forests and valleys to wait for favorable weather. If one intrudes into another's territory, it will warn with threatening sounds. Puma vocalizations are very diverse, used to warn each other and attract mates during mating season. Females can give birth to up to 6 cubs per litter. They typically mate from December to March of the following year, and give birth between February and September each year. Males have no responsibility for caring for the young, so raising the cubs is entirely the mother's responsibility. Newborn pumas depend completely on their mother for the first 2 weeks, because their eyes are not yet open at that time. Although called plain-colored cats, puma cubs actually have spots on their bodies similar to lion cubs. These spots help them camouflage and ensure safety. The cubs will stay with their mother for the first year before leaving to become independent. Wild pumas can live up to 12 years, but there are records of them living up to 25 years in captivity. 5. Pumas are one of the largest carnivores in the Americas. Their main prey includes rodents, mice, birds, fish, rabbits, bear cubs, goats, sheep, seals, and deer. However, they often hunt smaller species, as they are abundant in their habitat. When hunting large prey like deer and sheep, pumas typically jump on their backs and kill by suffocating them with a bite. In fact, this species has a very high hunting success rate, thanks to their superior speed and agility. Although they are usually the dominant predators in their habitat, they still face many threats. Some threats to them include bears, erosion, or disease. However, the biggest threat to this species today is humans. Humans have a tradition of hunting pumas for their thick fur. Humans are also responsible for the shrinking of puma habitats due to agricultural expansion and urban development. Additionally, many farmers shoot and kill these animals because they often attack their livestock. Despite their large size, pumas are not classified as big cats. Although the puma is one of the largest cats on the planet, it is not grouped with the big cats because it cannot roar like lions and tigers. Instead, they can only purr and meow like ordinary cats. Currently, IUCN classifies pumas as a species of least concern because they have a strong ability to adapt to the environment. However, in reality, their environment and habitats have been shrinking, forcing them to move to areas with more enemies. Usually, when this happens to a species, it faces a decline in population. But this has not happened with pumas. Therefore, currently, the population of this species continues to thrive, regardless of where they are. But among the 7 subspecies of this species, the Florida puma is a subspecies that is endangered. This subspecies has been threatened since 1967 because its habitat has been severely degraded, and they do not have enough time to adapt to the food source that is rapidly depleting. Another reason for the decline in the population of this subspecies is the highways. They are nocturnal animals, facing the risk of being hit by cars when hunting at night. Although pumas are fierce predators, they rarely attack humans. To date, only about 100 cases have been recorded of this species attacking humans. They usually only attack people if they feel cornered, or if humans threaten them first. However, there have been cases of a puma attacking a person out of hunt. This type of incident rarely occurs because they do not consider all cat species have long tails. So why is the bobcat's tail so short? Tigers, leopards, lions, small cats. Prey cat, prey cat, prey cat. Prey cat, prey cat, prey cat. Prey cat, prey cat. Prey cat, prey cat, prey cat. Prey cat, prey cat. Lions, domestic cats, wild cats, all have very long tails to help them maintain balance during movement and activity. So why is the bobcat an exception? They have very short tails that seem disproportionate to their bodies. There are 4 species in the lynx genus: Eurasian lynx, Canada lynx, Iberian lynx, and bobcat. All of them have short tails, notably much shorter than other species in the cat family. For example, with a body length of about 90 centimeters, the leopard's tail is 80 centimeters long, while the Canada lynx's tail is only 10 centimeters long, unusually short for its large body. The function of cattails. Why are lynx tails so short? To answer this question, we first need to understand the purpose and function of cattails. Many people believe cattails are related to tree climbing. The more a cat climbs trees, the longer its tail and the better its climbing skills. However, scientifically, this is not accurate. Cats climb trees mainly relying on their legs with sharp claws. Therefore, having a long or short tail does not affect climbing ability. In the cat family, except for the cheetah with relatively blunt claws that cannot fully retract, lions and tigers struggle to climb trees due to body weight, while other cats are mostly master climbers. The bobcat is no exception. Scientists found that adult lynxes often climb trees over 20 meters high just to sleep on them. In fact, the main role of cattails is maintaining balance. Therefore, cat species that need more balance have longer tails. Typical examples are 3 species: clouded leopard, marbled cat, and margay, also called long-tailed tiger cat. They often move quickly, running and jumping on branches, and their tails are very long. Notably, the marbled cat has a body length of 0.5 meters and a tail over 1.5 meters, longer than its body. The clouded leopard has a body length of 1 meter and a tail of 80 centimeters, the tail being 80% of body length. The margay has a body length of 55 centimeters and a tail of 40 centimeters, the tail being 70% of body length. Additionally, snow leopards and Andean mountain cats also frequently move on steep cliffs. Maintaining balance is crucial for them, so their tails are long too. The snow leopard has a body over 1 meter long and a tail of 90 centimeters, the tail being 80% of body length. The Andean mountain cat has a body length of 60 centimeters, a tail of 40 centimeters, the tail being 67% of body length. Large cats that hunt ungulates, like cheetahs, mountain lions, and tigers, also have long tails to maintain balance at high speeds, especially during sharp turns. But their tails are not as long as mountain cats, usually just slightly over half their body length. As mentioned, the tail mainly acts as a balancing rod. Although lynxes are good climbers, unlike clouded leopards, lynxes mainly just climb up and down. Thus, needing a long tail to maintain balance in trees is not crucial. Another function of long tails is balancing during high-speed chases of prey. But for lynxes, the main prey is rabbits. Rabbits are smaller than lynxes, agile, and good at dodging. However, lynxes do not hunt rabbits by chasing with speed. Instead, lynxes mainly rely on ambush and long jumps to catch rabbits. Moreover, lynxes typically only chase prey for about 20 meters. If unsuccessful, they give up and seek another opportunity. Therefore, for lynxes, hearing and jumping ability are the key factors for hunting and survival. Thus, we see lynxes always have long ears. At the ear tips, there are hairs like antennas. Their legs are quite long relative to body proportion, and thigh muscles are well developed. Balance maintenance is not very important for lynxes, so having a long tail is unnecessary. Perhaps their ancestors once had long tails like other cat species, but over time it degenerated due to disuse. Additionally, there are two other cat species with long ears, long legs, and short tails, caracal and serval. They rely on hearing to detect prey and jumping to catch it. Similarly, their tails have degenerated like lynxes. According to scientific observation, short tails in modern cats often accompany long hind legs, and some domestic cat breeds with short tails also tend to have longer hind legs. Therefore, scientists believe the gene for short tails in a cat family has a certain relationship with the gene for lengthening hind legs. Having short tails in caracals and servals might just be a side effect of lengthening hind legs and enhancing strength. In 2016, scientists at Peking University discovered at least 3 genes that can make cats have shorter tails. However, the reason why the hind legs developed simultaneously has not been discovered to date. In general, the reason why Lin Mu's tail is so short remains a question without a thorough answer.
Curious? Subscribe and step through the next anomaly.